Hey guys, today we are going to be doing a 2024 prediction. This one against Joe Biden, former president, and I'm sorry, um, YEE, sorry, um, Kanye and versus Kanye West, the rapper, who is Kanye West. So Kanye West, if he did run, he would be a Republican likely. It's I feel like he did endorse Trump, and he did well. Also, Kanye West did run in 2020, but this I think would be a landslide for Biden. Kanye West, I don't see doing well with a lot of people. I don't think he might enter. Like maybe the Trump base, but not the whole entire Trump base. Not like my grandma Trump base or something like that. Like just some of the Trump base Kanye West would really get hype people. He would get people hyped up for. But I feel like Biden would win in landslide. Also, Kanye West, he has mental issues. He has something I forgot, and I'm not he threatened to kill like Pete Davidson for crying out loud. He made a whole music video about it. So I do think that this he would not be a very good candidate, and he would not do well for like a lot of certain groups. But let's get into the states. Okay, so Washington, Oregon, and California. I think these would be pretty very strong. Um, sorry. Joe Biden states. Kanye West, I don't really see very being competitive in there. Even though he might this might be he might do more well than people might think though in these states, but I don't really see. Nevada, I think Nevada would just be a solid blue state. I just don't see. Well, I think maybe. Well, no, I don't know. I just don't think people would vote for like Kanye West. Really, I'm just gonna say this a lot, but he has mental issues. He didn't take his medication for it. That's what his wife said, which I think would be a disaster. I'll get back to Idaho, and Wyoming, but Montana, I'm gonna have to give Montana to Joe Biden in in a in a likely margin. For, number one, Kanye West. I don't know why. I don't think he would do well in Montana at all. There was no one that's gonna be like, dang, that Kanye West really makes me like. No, I'm not. I don't think a lot of people would really vote in Montana either. I just think that the people who would vote would just vote for Biden, mostly against Kanye West. I think. Utah. I think Utah would also go likely for Biden. This is a more conservative state. That's why I'm giving it likely. But I just like Utah. Again, I just like literally, Kanye West would not do well in Utah for some. Like he wouldn't do well with the Mormons, I guess. Arizona, I'll have to make that solid blue state. To be honest, this area right here would probably be the best, and some of this area right here be the best where Kanye West would do the best probably. Which is not saying very much, but I don't think that he would do very well. With these groups. In these states, Colorado, New Mexico. I think those are pretty strong Democratic states. Um, I'm gonna have to say North and South Dakota. I honestly, politically, I don't really see a difference. I do know one is more Democratic. Obviously, they're very very Republican, but one is more Democratic. But I do not remember which one, so I'm not going to do that. But I just don't really see Kanye West really. I mean, like people in South Dakota. I do think Joe Biden would only win by 3-point margin because Kanye West could be these could be two competitive states, but I just don't see Kanye West really winning. Nebraska districts. Oh, I know. I'm gonna have to put that in lean too, and this one likely. Nebraska is a complicated state. You know, it is. I just don't. Get Connie. No, who would vote for a rapper who never had political experience and has mental health issues? I'm not trying to hate on him or anything. I'm not trying to but I'm not trying to make. I don't know. I'm not trying to make him feel bad for having mental issues or whatever. But it's just like no one would vote for him. I'm sorry, no one would vote for him. I'm sorry. Wait. What? Idaho. I'm gonna have to give Idaho also likely or lean. I think I'll give it. I think I'll give it likely. Like, I don't know. It's just like I feel like Kanye West would not do anything with these voters in like Idaho. I just really don't see anything. Wyoming, I think Wyoming. For some reason, I think this would go tilt. Yeah, I think this would go tilt for Kanye West. I see maybe him winning some like people there, and he is a Republican, but I just don't really see anyone really voting. But I do think it would be close. But I do think at the end of the day, Kanye West would barely win Wyoming. Um, Kansas, I think Kansas would be likely. This is a more Democratic state for a Republican state, if you know what I mean. Even though it usually votes Republican, it is kind of has some Democrats in there. There's a Democratic governor, Kanye West. What I said about him already. I don't think he would do well in Kansas that much. I do see like in all these states, really. I do see some voters that would be interested in him, but not a lot. But not a lot of them. So Oklahoma, I think this would be lean for Biden. This like Oklahoma is actually one of like the only states that every single county like goes Republican. It's like a weird thing to see, but every single state goes Republican. Every single one, every county in Oklahoma. But I do so I'm just that's why I'm putting it in lean. But I don't and Kanye West could be a bigger candidate in Oklahoma, but I just don't see him really doing well there. I'll just do Alaska and Hawaii. Alaska, I feel like a lot of people would. I think I'll put that in lean for Biden. I know I feel like I'm insane right now, just giving these states to Biden, but Kanye West is so insane. He tried to freaking kill his ex-wife's boyfriend. Yeah, boyfriend. It's like it makes no sense. Like I bet you he would make this. He would try to do some stuff with the FBI if he was elected. I just don't see him winning Alaska, and I do think there could be some voters that would vote for Biden, and not a lot of people would just not even vote at all. Again, a lot of these other Republican states, not a lot of people would vote. I feel like not a lot of people would even vote in the whole country, which would give a lot of states to Biden. Hawaii is Hawaii, and wait, let me change Utah. I think this would be just full on. I don't know. I just don't see literally anyone in Utah. Literally any single person ever in Utah. Like I just think in Utah, no one could ever like in that state. Think of people from Utah. Would they vote for Kanye West? I don't think so. I'm just gonna change that. Oklahoma, Texas, I think this would be likely. This is I I think I'll give this in lean maybe. No, I don't know. I think this would be I think I'll give it lean. I think Joe Biden would win it by 5 points. Kanye West, I feel like there could be some group of voters that would be interested in Kanye West, which could make it, which could be a big difference, which could be a 5 point margin. But I still think Biden would win it. I don't see Kanye West winning this state anytime soon. Minnesota, I think that'd be full on state for Biden. Iowa, I think that'd be likely. I don't, Iowa. I feel like people would be turned off in Iowa, like of Kanye West a lot. Missouri, I also think would be likely. Um, Missouri, I feel like there is a group of voters I think that would vote for Kanye West again, like I already said, but I don't think it'd be big enough to change it. But I do think it would be likely. Um, Arkansas, I think would be likely. Everything I said for Oklahoma basically applies here. Same with Louisiana. I'm just gonna make. These would all be lean. Sorry, I just think that Biden would win these states by 5 point margins or 4 point margins. Um, Wisconsin, I'll give likely. I do see some people voting for Kanye West in Wisconsin. Wisconsin is kind of kooky. No offense to anyone living there, but um, I just see a very small group of voters voters voting. Sorry, I forgot what I was saying. Also, Kanye West would not really be. I don't think Kanye West would appeal to blue collar white workers. I hate saying that so much, but I have to. It's just like I just don't see him doing well. Again, I feel like a lot of people, everyone. I'm saying the same things a lot though, but it's just like it's true. A lot of these voters would be turned off by his mentally insane. Um, he's just mentally insane. Like I just don't see him winning. I'll do Kentucky. Kentucky, I will put in lean. There's a little group. Actually, I think lean. I feel like there will be some people. I'll put Tennessee lean too. And somehow like space kind of both of these states are kind of politically the same. So for both of these states, I think I'll just give it Biden in a lean margin. I would say 4 or 5 points. Kanye West could make Tennessee competitive maybe, but I feel like he wouldn't win it really. Mississippi, I think Mississippi would go also likely. Even though we also have to think about Biden's unpopularity in some of these states, and that some people might just hold their breath and just vote just vote for Joe Biden. I mean Kanye West. So we have to do that. I don't know. I feel like, but still, he would do well. Joe Biden. I feel like Alabama. I would also put likely, and let's do South Carolina too. I just don't see Kanye West really winning a lot of voters there. I just see him maybe winning some Trump-based white voters in the South. That's really it. I don't see him winning anyone else. Michigan, I think Michigan would just be a safe state, to be honest. I don't see really anyone voting for Kanye West in Michigan. He wouldn't do well with the blue-collar white workers. Indiana, I think Indiana would be lean. Just, everything I basically just said before about like a lot of these lean states just applies here. Ohio, I also put in lean. I feel like Kanye West could do kind of well, but well, yeah, I think he would do kind of well, but not very well. Sorry, I had to pause the recording. I just see Kanye West doing well with some voters here. If it wasn't for that, I would put it in likely, but I think Biden would win it by 5 points again. Pennsylvania, I think this would be a safe. I think it would be likely safe for Biden. I think it wouldn't be. I think Wisconsin would be closer. I do think there is that small rural vote that would vote for Kanye West here, but I just don't really see Pennsylvania really going. And let me change the margin for Idaho. I'm just gonna change that fast. And then I think West Virginia would go to Kanye West in a lean tilt margin. I feel like it is. Sorry. It would be more. It is. What's the word? Oh, sorry. It is a more conservative state. He would do well with some voters. I think there's a group of voters that would make him barely win the state. I think this would be a competitive state, more competitive than Wyoming. I think. Virginia. I think that would be a just safe state. So I'll just do all these states right now. These would obviously all be safe. So New Hampshire, I don't see anyone really voting for New Hampshire. I'll do Maine's 2nd district later. North Carolina, I think we'll give North Carolina to Joe Biden, and also Georgia likely. I do think maybe some of the minority vote. I wouldn't think a lot. I don't think a lot of the minority vote though would vote for Kanye West, but maybe just a little bit. Kidding me? But just not that much of it. But I think in some rural white voters would vote for Kanye West, but not a lot. Florida, Florida, same thing as what I said for these states. Actually, I think this would be a lean state, sadly. I just think that that there is a Trump base maybe. I didn't say this a lot. I don't know why I didn't say this, but there is a Trump base that could maybe turn out for Kanye West a little bit. Now, I think I said this earlier in the video, but he could energize some of the Trump base, not all, but just some of the Trump base, a little bit. And with the second district, I think Biden would win the second district of Maine. Oops, just by a very, very low margin, by tilt. I just don't see Joe Biden. I mean, I just don't see Kanye West winning. And I feel like he would get some attraction in voters though, but I think it would be close. I feel like all the states that are in tilt would be close, but I don't think it would really change the outcome. So this is the final map. Everything I basically just said. By Kanye West, not a lot of people vote for him because they would be scared of him because basically he has mental health issues and he doesn't take medication from it. He was basically saying crazy stuff on Instagram about his ex-wife dating someone else now and making music videos of killing her boyfriend. So yeah, I don't think a lot of people vote for him, but Wyoming and West Virginia, am I right? So this final map, tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your opinions. Do you agree with my states? Do you agree with my margins? I feel like a state that I could change could be Idaho and the second district. Those states, I think people will tell me to change in the comments. But um, yeah, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And yeah, yee.